This is Dracmon. I named him Xavier Dracul. I wanted to name him Xavier because he's like, Xavier just sounded like a vampire name. The vampire name to me sounded like Xavier. Looks like you're run-of-the-mill Dracula, little impy buddy. But he has the potential to become something way better than all the demon lords. To be honest, he's not better than all the demon lords. He just has the power to... He has the potential to become something so powerful that the demon lords of the digital world do not mess with him. And that is GranDracmon. But first we must go through his stages. To go through his business, killing the weaker Digimon and uploading their data until he evolves. Or, if you got a little tamer, like mine does, he can be shown the ways of friendship and belief. And all you gotta do is believe and will your Digimon, and voila, he's on his next stage. He's on his adult stage, Senglotmon. A vampire dog Digimon with blades. He likes to roll around with his blades, he likes to shoot blades. And just have your willpower, and voila! He'll be the next evolution, which is the Matadormon, or Matadormon, depending on translation. He is kind of like a fancy vampire-ish guy. He's got a weird face. He's got a weird face. His face is composed of hair, glasses, a bottom jaw, and teeth. And so, that's kind of weird. How does he hold all that below his hair with just hair? But he's also got, I don't know if he has hands underneath these sleeves, but he's also got these little knives. These little knife claws and knife feet. Next you'll have his final evolution, GranDracmon. This is the thing that rivals the 7 great demon lords in his power. I'm not sure how far he goes in the tier. Probably definitely not. Probably, maybe he goes up to Beelzemon, or Beelzemon's kind of low into this. Because he has OP abilities. He doesn't really have OP abilities. He has like guns and powerful attacks. But they're nothing that can outwit or outdo other things. Or outsmart other things. Just kind of direct attacks with a gun that can disintegrate things from afar. But this is I guess that's what this one is. The next one I want to show you are 2 Royal Knights Digimon. You have your little Kendo partner here. Ever wanted a Kendo partner where now you can have one? His name is Kotamon. Now he's just a little sparring apprentice, but soon he'll grow up to be very powerful. He grows up to be a Gladamon with long arms and supreme fencing skills. Knightmon, perfect level Digimon with powerful sword and massive strength. I don't know what else to say about him. It's basically all I know about him. I should read more about him. And then you have LordKnightmon, also known as Crusadermon. This one, he's got ribbons that can cut up people to pieces. He can hold it with his hands and cut people with, like a sword. He can fling them and dice them around. And that's called Spiral Masquerade. And his shield, this bit, actually goes in and pushes out when he hits something. It actually works as a pile bunker, his shield does. Which is a little weapon that attaches to your arm. And it's like a piston that has a spiked piston that launches outward and then goes back in. launches outward when you punch, dealing an extra impact and super strong hit. And this is one of the Royal Knights. He's pretty low on the list because he doesn't really have any OP abilities, but he is very paralleled with his unparalleled, I guess. He is very unparalleled. I don't know grammar. With his ability, with his fencing abilities and combat abilities. So he is really strong. And he's one of the Royal Knights. We also have another Royal Knight. But he starts off as a candle. Candle that will become a wizard because wizards fling fireballs. That's kind of like candle fire, right? Now Wizardmon's powers as a wizard will only grow when he turns into Dynasmon. Now he not only has enhanced wizard powers, he also has a sword. And this knight-like wizard will become a royal knight with strong magic abilities of the wyvern. He has Dragon's Roar, which attacks with the 2 orbs on his hands, sending the 2 energies forward at the enemy, and deals explosive damage and destroys things in its wake. And he has Dragon's Breath, turns his aura into a wyvern shape and flings it at the enemy. This also does leave tremendous damage in its wake, because all of Dynasmon's abilities leave tremendous damage in its wake. He's the most destructive out of all of the Royal Knights. This model of him's a bit tall and beaky, and he's more heavier in other depictions of him, but this is an MMO. It's not really going to have the best graphic debating of it. And then his third move, he doesn't have that in this game, but it's called Dragon Collider. He summons multiple dragon apparitions that will swim around the enemy, cycle around them, and dive into a big explosion that will basically be as hot as a star's core. And that's really hot, by the way. You even touch a star, you'd be vaporized, or even go near a star, you'd be vaporized. So this is definitely at least mid-tier of the Royal Knights. At least mid-tier. And that's all the ones I want to show you in this video. Except no, there's one more. There's the leader of the Royal Knights. He is not only the strongest in power, can summon things from other dimensions, can completely digitize or completely erase enemies' data with his attacks and beams. That's what I think, at least. And has a fusion with Oriomon to create a powerful sword that has all of Oriomon's power. Has the ability to repeat any instance over and over again until he wins the instance and succeeds in his goals, meaning that if you're in a fight with him, he will repeat the battle over and over again until he wins and succeeds in fighting. Meaning he kind of has an auto-adaptability. Meaning he will always repeat the situation, adapt to what you're doing, and then he will win. And in the end, you only see the finishing blow that will have him in the lead and in the victory of the battle that is commencing between them. So he always wins. Always wins. That's Alphamon. Or almost always wins. It's almost as much as Magnamon's miracle power, where he basically has plot armor and always will win due to serious coincidences and the ability to overcome obstacles through the power of miracles. But this one, I don't know if this is greater or not, because in order to utilize, I think in order to utilize Alphamon's ability, you'd have to have a lot of power, which Alphamon does have. But that just goes to the debate, how much power does Alphamon have? That ability completely relies on the power he has to be able to overcome things when he retries a situation. Anyway, but we have leader and most strongest of the Royal Knights. And those are all the Digimon I wanted to show you today. And goodbye!